Welcome back everyone. iOS 15 is probably going to be around the corner in a beta standpoint probably sooner than later. Within the next couple of months, probably around that June timeframe, we could potentially be seeing iOS 15 officially coming out. And I'm very excited about this, I cannot wait. And there is one little feature that could potentially be a pretty cool upgrade, and I'm happy to see it. But surprisingly, we haven't really gotten any super insane, I think, positive news about iOS 15 in a minute. I think a lot of things have been negative, mostly because, first of all, iOS 14 is still in a work in progress, but also iOS 15 could potentially be dropping support for two kind of older iPhone sets, so the SE and the iPhone 6s lineup, which includes the 6s Plus and really any other device that has that A9 chip inside of it that is still currently supported. So I think those are kind of two sad things about this specific update, and I think, based on how iOS 14 was, because it was a pretty big refresh, iOS 15 may not be an insanely huge or crazy update in that sense, but there is something cool about this update that may be coming, and that's actually a redesigned control center. So typically since iOS 11, we've pretty much been having the same control center year after year, and iOS 11 came out in 2017, so it's almost 4 years old at this point. And it's crazy because it really doesn't even feel that old. But here's a crazy thing to keep in mind. But even before that, that control center was pretty much consistent on almost every single version of iPhone since I think iOS 7 or since the control center was there. So that's another pretty big improvement that iOS 11 brought, but it's about time that we've seen a redesign in this. And it looks like Apple, based on some news that we just heard or some things that I've seen, iOS 15 could potentially be bringing a redesigned control center. So typically when I envision a control center, I think of, the apps kind of on like a widget side of thing. And I like this design, but Apple could potentially be moving it towards more like Android, where they have kind of like the tab bar at the top. So we have like the Wi-Fi, airplane mode, all that stuff on top. And they could potentially be bringing a Mac OS type of setup. So, on Mac OS, Big Sur, you can go ahead and get that drop down and, control the display and the sound and all that stuff. When you notice that, that isn't necessarily a, side by side kind of thing. It's a up down kind of thing. So their top, the display or sound is on top, and then the other one is on the bottom. And I kind of think Apple is going to end up doing the same thing with iOS and kind of streamlining it across the board. So this means that instead of having everything kind of like the display and the sound on one side, I think Apple may actually make it so you can switch them and maybe even move these widgets around and rearrange them. We already kind of see this going on with, our front screen widgets. So I think that they're going to redesign it, but also they're probably going to allow us to actually move them around and maybe move one widget one way and maybe move the other one here and there, and the display toggles and all that stuff. So that could potentially be a pretty big redesign that we're going to be seeing on the control center side of things. They've already, rearranged the home screen, but they could be doing it for the control center. So that's a pretty big thing in and of itself, but I don't think it's enough. I mean, if they just do this and if they do a couple tweaks here and there, I genuinely don't think it's going to be enough to switch people or make people super excited about it. I honestly think, if I had to be honest, I think people would be super happy if there was some sort of split screen multitasking. And the fact that they brought PIP already for iOS 14, it really makes me think that they could actually bring some sort of split screen multitasking, just like how we have on the iPads, to iOS 15 one way or another. So that's potentially what we could be seeing, but that's a quick little update with iOS 15. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.